Okay, we're just heading out of Ford Run towards Leinster, and from then we'll get onto the rough stuff. We'll go to Walloona first, and then we'll be on to the Goldfields Highway dirt section, about 186 k's across to Meekatharra. On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. I don't know if the politicians have thought about this, but can anybody imagine driving an electric car up here? I don't see many charging stations along the way. Food for thought. I had a much better sleep last night in the rooftop tent with a couple of pillows instead of just one, and got my hat on this morning because my hair is up. I look like a spiky man. Anyway, when we get to Meekatharra, I'll probably get into the caravan park there, and then I'll be able to have a shower and wash my hair. Well, that was exciting. I just got breath tested and a license checked by the highway patrol. I admit I didn't get it on video, but two nice guys just come along the highway making sure everything is hunky-dory, which it is. Anyway, I got to check the road and they said, yeah, it's okay. Just past the sign, and it said the road is open, which I knew anyway because the policeman said, yeah, it's open. Now we'll go into Leinster, and we might just top up with a bit of fuel. It's Leinster, I was thinking, that's off the road. VHP, welcome to Leinster, which exists just because of mining, apparently. G-word country. BP sign. Well, I just filled up with fuel there, but it's the fuel station was actually unmanned because of COVID, and you have to pay with a card. But I put my card in, and you have to make a guess. So I'm assuming that just turning it off back onto the highway. I'm assuming that they will only charge me for whatever I put in the tank. Interesting. Anybody would think all I do is stop for coffee. Well, that's probably true. But I only packing up this morning. I just had a quick cup of coffee, and I've been on the road since 7 or something. Anyway, the flies are friendly. Crikey, they're driving me crazy. Time for a snack. Found these at Coles. Look, not advertising, but these are really handy little things when you're on the road. Cheese, bickies and a little bit of salami. It's good for a quick stop. Don't create much rubbish. I've got a rubbish bag in there anyway, but yum. Great with coffee. Flies love them too. Like some more mining work going on over there. I don't know if you can make it out. I hope you can. I'm trying to pilot the car as well as a GoPro. It's what makes us West Australia rich. All this mining. Out here in the Outback. The sign said it was the Matilda open pits, so I don't know what they're mining. I'll look it up when I get home. Nice change in the country just around here and around Wiluna way. See some snow gums and things. I think they're snow gums. Why would they be snow gums? River gums. I don't know. Well, this is a really rare sight because you see behind me an example of the rare spreading pom-pom tree which is indigenous to this area. I just came across it on a rest site, and this is quite amazing. This is probably the only area that you'll see these in the whole of WA. Well, this is a little gem of a rest area here. I'm not quite sure whether it's marked on my HEMA map. It probably is, but I've never noticed it, and I've never stopped here in all the way. And what a find! The West Australian spreading pom-pom tree. He said, tongue in cheek. Back in Wiluna. Road closed though. Open. Beautiful. Everything is open. Meekatharra, here we come. Now we're going to call in here again. I'm going to have another coffee. Before we tackle the dirt stretch. Then we're going to take some more video of the statues. Kukularen Palatjunku. Exploring the Shire of Wiluna. Out and about around Wiluna. Get it right. These are the traditional owners. Ngula and Nyako. Well, last time I travelled this road, it was 188 k's basically of gravel, and I've left Wiluna, and I know the first section is tarmac, but it's going to be very interesting to see how much of it has actually been sealed in the 4 years since I was across this way. Very interesting. Well, here's the first section coming up. I won't bother going into four-wheel drive just yet. We'll see how it turns out, because half the time these roads are fine. And that was a two-wheel drive car in front of me, I think. See where we've been. There's a car coming up behind, and I think he's going to try and pass. Obviously he doesn't like eating dust, and I don't blame him. I suspect the guy guy behind me slowed right down to let me get ahead because he was sick of eating the dust. I would be. No, he's still back there. Maybe he's going to make another run at it. It's pretty smooth. So far. This is the problem, is all this dust that gets thrown up, and you can't see through it for a couple of minutes. Ooh, yeah, where's my vision gone? Guess that's why they tell you to slow down. Those that are technically interested, I started off this morning on front tyres 32 psi and rear tyres 38. That was cold, and I haven't adjusted them. They say drop about 5 psi to begin with on gravelly surfaces, but this is actually very, very smooth, and I really don't see it necessary at this stage. Oh, and we come onto a smooth section. Look at that. Beautiful. I bet it won't last. Well, he got past, but I don't know if I captured him on video. Believe it or not, they had this road was actually closed, or it was flooded less than 2 weeks ago apparently, through the tropical cyclone. Well, I don't know, because there doesn't appear to be any evidence so far of water, even if you look at the edges. So I wonder whether they just shut the thing off as a precaution during the cyclone. Here we go again. A lot smoother than the Outback way so far. Here is why it's smooth. The grader is out. Good stuff, buddy. Shit, that truck was flying, and he created such a cloud of dust I couldn't see at all. Sealed opportunity, 5.5 kilometres. Yay! See a little bit of scouring at the edges of the road. Every now and again you see them, like the water's come down and washed bits away. So obviously was some sort of moisture out here for a little bit. Just going to put it in four-wheel drive to try something. Okay. I think these passing spots will get fewer and fewer as we go. Now, too high we want to go. 4 low, 4 high. It's a bit sandier. Probably a good move. Zip it along here, about 2,000 revs, and it's about 80 k's, 81 kilometres an hour so far, and it's quite smooth. Some sandy patches, so I'm glad I stuck it in four-wheel drive. Just helps negotiate it a little bit better. Went behind a cloud and all of a sudden it got really dark. So there he is up ahead. To Meekatharra. There's another seal section coming up in about 3 k's apparently. Oh, onto the smooth bit again for a while. I've had to put my air conditioner on because I am so hot in this car. I know I resist it, but it's nice, comfortable. I have a dilemma. All the pundits and the manufacturer of this Nissan Navara vehicle say that you should not run it on four-wheel drive, the front hubs on four-wheel drive, for prolonged periods. But I think they fail to take into account is what is a prolonged period, and do I stop now and put these in, take the hubs out of four-wheel drive? Probably. because I'm not sure how long this stretch lasts. I think I'll take them out of four-wheel drive now, in case I wear the hubs out. Okay, so I've taken them out of four-wheel drive, and you watch, within a couple of Ks, we'll be back on the gravel again. However, that's the name of the game, I guess. Well, once again, that was probably a smart move, because this is quite an extensive piece of bitumen, and it doesn't really matter so much on the Outback Way, for instance, because you bash it into four-wheel drive and you forget it until you get to the other end, because it's close on 2,500 Ks of dirt. So anyway, my other thought is, why can't they build them so that you can have them in four-wheel drive constantly? My old Land Rover was in constant four-wheel drive. Modern cars. Here we go again. I'll just leave it out of four-wheel drive. Ah, 11 Ks. 11 Ks of this, okay. Thank you for the sign. This little section feels a little bit more corrugatory, but anyway, we've got 5 Ks of this, and then we're onto a seal bit again, so suck it. Well, we've got 59 kilometres left to Meekatharra, and I'm not sure how much of this road is still gravel. If they're only small sections and they're like this, it doesn't really matter. I won't bother putting it in four-wheel drive, nor going to the trouble of lowering any tyre pressures at this stage. It seems to be driving along quite well. I'd forgotten how hypnotic this is, driving on roads like this where you're dodging little rocks and pebbles, thinking about your tyres all the time. You get into a real zone. And here endeth the gravel. Ooh-wee. Okay, I lied. Here's some more, but we're only 50 Ks out of Meekatharra. Crikey, hasn't the Shire of Meekatharra got any money to seal this road up now? Obviously not. Anyway, what will we do in Australia without gravel roads? Well, this is a pretty gnarly sort of a stretch, and I'm not sure how long it goes. I thought we were over the gravel, but we're not. Whoa! And I don't really want to stop to stick it into four-wheel drive either, because it's a pain in the arse getting it going again. We'll just persist with the two-wheel drive. Okay, there's a sealed passing opportunity 15 k's ahead, so I'm putting it back into four-wheel drive. If this 15k stretches out like that last little bit, I'm probably going to be glad that I did this. And to hell with the hubs. It seems the closer we get to Meekatharra, the more corrugated this road is getting. So simple. You didn't have all this fancy crap that they put in cars now. You didn't have four-wheel drive in most sedan cars, and yet the old Holdens, FJs and whatever used to come along roads like this without having to worry about anything. And yet here we are now, we're absolutely loaded with choice. So much so that we can't make up our minds. Oh, for the good old days. Having said that, I'm glad I've got the choice of putting it in four-wheel drive. And it certainly seems a lot smoother as it's pulling me along with four legs instead of two. Stopped because my GoPro said it was very low on battery, and I thought, well, it'd be a shame to not finish this last little stretch, the last 8.5 k's into Meekatharra, which looks like it's going to be on this dirt road the whole way. I can't remember, I did this 2017 and maybe it was all the way into Meekatharra, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, it's all fun. It's a good fun road to drive. Truck operators have to stop and dust their wheels before entering the town. Ah, this could be the end of it now. I think it is. Ah, look at that. We're now onto the black bitumen. Now I'll have to stop and go back into two-wheel drive. Dust wheels here. Okay. I guess that says the end of the rough stuff is nigh. Okay, we'll turn them back. Crikey, the dust out on there is thick, thick, thick. Whoa! Okay, off we go. I'm going to put her into two. There we go. Right, onwards to Meekatharra. Jeez, You'd almost nearly get bogged in this shit. I am. It's thick. Nothing coming. Nope. Crikey. Okay. Well, that's basically the end of the Goldfields Highway into Meekatharra. It is all bitumen from now. Okay, I think we'll stop in the Meekatharra Caravan Park again, which is just down here. That is, of course, if they have vacancies. We'll get some fuel. Caravan Park is right through the end of town. Okay, 187,580 left. It's a driveway on four-wheel drive. What a fucking entry. Jesus. Cheating tonight. We're in the Meekatharra Caravan Park or some such, and I've had a nice shower, cleaned up. This is where I'm camped. I've decided to put the rooftop tent up, as you can see, and I had a bit of a scare because that bumpy road, when I got here my fridge kept turning on and off and I couldn't work it out until I went under the bonnet of the car, and one of my battery leads had come off the terminal, so I quickly put it back on and it's fixed now. Well, we've tried out the kitchen and it's a huge success. This is the first night that I've actually really used it. I'm now preparing my coffee and done the dishes. Ready to go to bed.